Hey, I said you keep on rolling. So Poppy, what's good? What I tell them hoes, keep on rolling. Hey. Y'all know I start my show singing every time because I be in a good mood, especially in this COVID time, this pandemic time. Hey, if y'all don't know about this song called Keep It Rolling, Keep On Rolling by King George, y'all need to go check it out. You know, my show is ghetto, it's wild, it's full of jokes, it's full of laughs, it's full of good feelings. We in a town where it's still crazy, where it's still cold, where it's still a whole bunch of people walking around with masks. It's still dangerous out here because of the economical situation. So I wanted to bring somebody on my show that I felt has a lot of traits that I respect. You heard me? So now let me start over. Before I get into her, I'm gonna get into me. I'm talking about no homo, son, because I can't get into me. So listen, Respect My Grind TV. I got the livest show, the craziest show, the wildest show, the most educational show, the most ebonical show, the most ghetto show, the most unorthodox show, the most chaotic show, the most respectful and disrespectfully respectful show. We say what we feel. We very uncut, raw, but we mean no harm. We want to make y'all laugh. We want to make y'all learn. And that's what this show is about. And most of the people that's been on my show have a grind that I respect. One thing you got to understand about a real grinder is whether you play sports, whether you're an entrepreneur, I always learn to respect somebody else's position. This young lady is a beast, a boss. She has so many different crowns. She should have more than one head. I'm going to just be real. She should have just been a dragon. When she was a baby, she should have been born a dragon with about 5 heads because she got about 5 jobs and 5 different streams of income. She probably got more than 5 streams of income. I'm just exaggerated, man. But I'm going to bring her on, Miss Ross. Let's see what she's talking about, man. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here, and I'm so sorry that I was so late earlier.
It don't matter, man. We gonna jump right into it. It don't even matter. Like one thing about me, I respect people's time, and I respect when things don't go as planned. Hell, my name Chaos. What else you want from me? I mean, I activate in chaos. So chaos doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I'm just glad to have you here. You're healthy. Your dimples are looking deeper. Your face is glowing. Your melanin should be sellable. Your hair is popping. You glowing. Your lips is firm. I'm talking about you what black people be supposed to look like. You feel me, girl? You representing out here. So now, before I get started, I got a couple things I got to do before I get started.
Okay.
Perfume check. If we was over there right now and smelling you right now, what is the perfume that you got on right now, or body wash, or what is that hygienic flavor that you are right now?
Well, I'm wearing pussy.
Hold up. So you're wearing pussy, or you have a vagina?
It's an oil. It's oil.
It's an oil.
Yeah, because I don't wear perfumes. I wear oil.
That's dope.
It's one of my favorite fragrances. It's very sweet smelling, so it smells very sweet, like almost like candy.
So it's not floral; it's more candy-ish.
Yeah, it's more candy. It's more like cotton candy. It's just really sweet, maybe like a lollipop.
Where you got this from?
You know, someone introduced that to me like 5 years ago. And I just been on it ever since. And I've been running around looking for it. It used to be in Pembroke Lakes Mall. They moved. And so I found it in Lauderhill Mall.
Right.
Yeah, it's like three for $25.
I might have to get that. I mean the pussy.
Listen,
pussy, not the pussy.
Whatever woman is wearing this, you're gonna want to eat her up.
Oh yeah, that's. Let me tell you something. Hygiene is very important. I always over preach that. And then you know what's so crazy with you saying that? I always say this too. You could smell the way you smell, and somebody can compliment you for it. And another woman, whether she got a body odor or whatever the case, like her endorphins, everything could change that smell. So it might work for you because it works for you and your body. But you could put it on 10 other women and it might not even work for them. So
I have heard that. People say your body chemistry will change the scent of a fragrance. Yeah.
It does. Anything can change it. Like you could leave that same fragrance in your beans right now, and then it's Miami Heat cook it too much and it'll change it. I had to learn that years ago when I messed up a couple of like my real expensive colognes. And I was like, damn, this don't smell the same. And I'm like, damn. I did my little research. Now, my other thing is this. Before we get started, I'm gonna try to have you out real soon. Is what's your favorite genre of music? Is it gospel? Is it R&B? Is it trap music? What's your vibe?
I love all music. But I started out in the world of R&B. When I was first introduced to music, secular music, it was R&B, but I grew up in the church, so gospel and then secular. So but of course R&B.
Okay, so if it was a gospel song, what would you recommend? Give me a gospel song to recommend, because I love gospel too. Let me hear something.
You know, I have a few favorite gospel artists. One of my favorite artists to date is Dietrich Haddon. I love Dietrich Haddon. I love Kiki Sheard. I love J Moss.
And they related. And that's crazy that you said all that. You know, I've seen every one of them perform. Now I've seen the first time I ever heard Dietrich Haddon. I'm gonna give you a real life story. The first time I ever heard him was in concert at Victor Curry's church years ago.
Yeah,
I was young as hell, and what caught me was he had a song called "Sinner's Prayer." And he started, so you know I can't make this up. He had Sinner's Prayer, and he performed with Kiki Sheard. I think he's related. No, I think J Moss is related to
I don't know.
Kiki Sheard is related to one of them, either the Murphys or, because I remember it was a big concert. But anyways, Sinner's Prayer is what got me started on him. Kiki Sheard always been a fan of.
Another one too. Don't forget now the other gospel artist that people sleep on he does gospel hip hop. Canton Jones. He's a beast.
That's home team.
Yeah,
that's home team.
I would love to do a song with Canton Jones.
So now out of all the gospel, what's a gospel song that you could just off the top right now? If I told you to sing a gospel song right now, which one?
I would sing probably His Eyes on the Sparrow.
Go ahead.
Because I've been asked to sing it so many times.
Go ahead.
I can't sing too loud because listen. Let me do this. Let me show you what we got going on in the back. Because I'm at work. I'm at the station. I made this interview happen for you.
I love it.
So let me move. Let you see what we got going on. So we got Angie Be Real back there doing her show.
Okay.
Over there. She's on air. And then that's my daughter, my assistant. She helps out over here a lot. So they're in the back behind me.
Okay, so we're gonna whisper sing. We're gonna whisper sing it.
Yeah, I'll get low and try to sing a little bit. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? And why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion.
We ain't gonna give too much. We ain't gonna go that deep. Let me tell you something. You know, when you leaned in like that, I feel like you sung to all your kids before they went to bed or something. Like I feel like you be singing to your children.
I sang to my kids when they were younger.
Shout out to Money Mart tuned in. And somebody said on top of what you said on my live, they say DJ Haddon, he carried me through, man. He the real one.
Yeah.
Shout out to
that guy's a beast.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get into it. Shout out to Money Mark. I had him on my show a couple of days ago, man. He a Florida legend, man. Listen, for those who have no idea who you are, I know who you are. I've been watching you progress for a little while. give them a quick bio. If we read in the back of your book right now in Barnes and Nobles about your life, get them like a quick little layout of you.
I am the owner and program director, marketing, salesperson at WMRR Radio. I'm the founder and CEO of WAMSGA Search Directory. It's an online directory similar to Yelp. I'm a singer, songwriter. I'm an artist. I'm the newest member of a Miami-based reality show. I'm also the director and executive producer of my own reality show.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm really doing a lot right now. I'm about to go on tour. It's like I'm hitting the small towns right now, like Macon, Brunswick, Alabama, Augusta. Launching my music career, and then I'm also in a meeting tomorrow with a mega church pastor who wants to groom me for motivational speaking. So I'll be on tour doing that sometime later in the year.
That's awesome, man. Like, that's a lot of hats. That's why I said what I said before you even walked stage right and came on here. I was like, man, listen, I don't even know how to begin with you. I just know you do a lot in whatever direction we're going to go in. You're so comfortable. And every time I see you, you look very comfortable in whatever position you're in, whatever place you're in. And that's one thing I dig about you. And most times I bring people on my show too, because I want them to kind of dig in your life a little bit to see either if that's the direction they want to go in too, because I got a lot of fans that like really be, especially women. I got a big female fan base. I got a whole bunch of women that support my movement. Watch out, shout out to Innocent, shout out to Beats 305. Listen, as a woman, you doing a lot. Talk about that, like in a business and entrepreneurial way. Is it as hard now in this day as it was like maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Talk about that a little bit.
I think, I started out in business. I started out in entrepreneurship, believe it or not, when I was 17. When I turned 21, I was an entrepreneur stripper. So I danced for 6 years in Atlanta. So that is pretty much that the dancing kind of thrust me into becoming a businesswoman, because I had to learn how to manage my money, and things like that, interact with people. And then from there, I just decided I wanted to start my own business, get out of that industry. I had gotten married at that time. And of course, my husband was like, you got to give that up. We were arguing about that all the time. So I eventually gave up that life, had my children. I was a housewife for a few years. But no, I think business now, it's easier because of social media. When I was doing it, I was door to door. I was hitting like parking lots, putting flyers out. Remember, that's when you would have to print up like 5,000 or 10,000 flyers. And you would have to do a lot of legwork back then. And then, it was no email and like email blast. Back then, you would have to send one email at a time.
Yeah, speak on that, because they got it a whole lot easier now than they do. But commercial break. I'm so glad that happened for me in your era, because it makes us, for one, it added humility.
Yeah.
Also, it made you get respect, because there's a lot of people that respect me now from like, damn, I remember when Chaos used to be with Dewberry, God rest the dead. And man, that man was doing 5,000 flyers every week, 10,000 flyers every week. And like, it conditioned you, because that was our practice.
Yeah.
That was in your practice.
Because we had to put in work. Yeah. Listen, real work. And physical work.
Right. And sometimes I feel like that's why I got sort of like, they say I'm like, I got a little cocky, because I earned this.
Listen, I earned the right to be a bitch, y'all. I earned that right. I earned the right to have an attitude when I want to have an attitude. I earned the right to not want you to fuck with me when I don't want to be fucked with. I've been doing this a very long time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You paid your dues.
Right. It is what it is.
That's what it look like when you pay your dues, like for real. And then some people, they want it so easy. They complain about this and complain. I'm like, listen, not to sound like a grandma, but it's like, dog, you don't even understand how easy you have it, because we didn't really have social media. Didn't exist. It was no, just like what you're saying, no email blasting. If I wanted to send CDs out, I had to mail them, pay for it. I had to pay to get them pressed up. I had to go to
yeah, I was gonna say but let's go back to even before we met the CD printing companies. We had to put them in the CD player ourselves and write the name on them with a black marker before we even tapped into those CDs distributions. You know what I mean?
That's work.
Yeah, it was rough back then.
That's work. But it does make you value it, and it does make you say, damn, I'm glad I'm not in this era.
Yes.
Even though it's some things that's better that I like, I wouldn't trade it for the world because, you know what I mean? Like, the relationships carry me further than any dollar amount. Anything that I do right now, it can't even compare to what I've done that helps me. My phone is my keys into doors that the average person can't get into.
Right.
Just like yours is. Like, you're a respected. I don't care if you got 4,400 or 40,000 followers. They don't respect you. If the internet goes down now, if a Russian knocks a fucking satellite out the sky right now, do you understand you're still valid out here in the real human world?
People are still going to be looking for you and checking for you and trying to figure out where you are.
Right. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So now we did the stripper thing, which thank God he brought you through that. Because I live in that nightlife. I've always lived in that nightlife. I've always prayed for y'all, even when you didn't know.
You know, it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. You know, it served its purpose at that time. You know,
but it's a stepping stone. That's all it was.
Yeah, it served its purpose.
Right. So now we're in the phase where we got into you did the music situation and you're still doing the music situation. Like, what made you even want to go deeper into the entrepreneur world? Like,
well, I'm the type of person, I always believe that if I'm going to start something, I'm going to put in my 110%. So I'm not going to half step with it. I think about certain things before I actually do it, because if I put my hands in it, then that means this thing has to be serious. Like, I don't get into anything just to play around with it. I got to know that this is what I want to do, and I want to see some results. I want to make sure that I succeed at it, because I understand and realize that a lot of people are not in business to really profit. They're in business just to say that they're in business, just to prove a point to their haters or prove a point to somebody that they got something, but really they ain't got nothing. They only just have that face. I don't want just the face. I want the bank. I want the wealth, I want the investments. I want the stocks. I want the bonds. I want the stock market. I want all of that.
So what, aside from scheduling, because I know scheduling is very important. You said all those titles, and just like you just said, I'm gonna go back into what you just said. You really preaching right now. It's not about just having the titles, because that shit, it looked good on your Instagram bio. Yeah. But a lot of people are failing. They just looking good while they're failing. They're pretending to be what you actually are, where you go through analytics. You go through the auditing. Yeah. The auditing, with the real auditing to compare your numbers of what you spending and what you bringing back.
Right.
So how do you do all that with the octopussy hands all over the place?
Like you say, it's scheduling. Like, keep in mind, my two companies, they're in the same industry. Both companies are marketing, advertising, and promotions. One company just advertises, promotions, and marketing for local small businesses. The other side, which is the radio station, markets, advertises, and promotes artists, musicians. You know what I mean? But it's still within the same industry. So if you noticed on the radio station website, I have a lot of my online businesses commercials running. So it's like I'm basically killing two birds with one stone. And so I have to schedule my day. So the early part of my morning, I wake up 7 a.m. By 9 o'clock, I'm on Wamsga. By 3 p.m. or technically 5 o'clock, I'm here at the station. And from 5 until maybe sometimes 1, 2 in the morning, I'm doing station business. Right. And then on the weekends, I'm doing the reality shows.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Reality shows.
Now I'm on this tour, so I'll be balancing scheduling the reality shows around the tour dates.
Right. Damn. I always been scared of reality shows. I don't want y'all digging too deep. I don't want y'all. I know some of it be scripted, but
I still
Well,
be
I
like,
know. I know that, and I'm just telling you this, and your audience is just not hearing it now. So you are going to be on my reality show. So I have like, I got to get you in there. Whether you're making a cameo, you gotta have a scene.
I'm
So
game. I'm game for it.
yeah.
I'm like, I be up for a challenge, man. Like, and it's crazy how some things are that aren't. I was just talking to some young guys about that shit. I was out earlier, and dude was like, "Man, I love that movie that you did, bad." I'm like, damn. I'm thinking back to, yeah, I wanted to do movies, but it wasn't my plan. I never went to acting school. I have no. I got the leading role in something that has over 1 million views, and here it is.
Wow.
I had no practice with it or nothing. I just read the script, and then my homie told me to come in one day because the person that he had in my position to lead for that movie it didn't seem authentic. It seemed corny and real fake.
Right.
So I read it, and he was like, "Damn, you reading it, and it sounds like what I imagined."
Right.
And then I did it, and that I said that to say I didn't plan on it, but it ended up being like a win-win situation and being like another like Money Mark was on here from Bloodline. It ended up being another one of those kind of movies from the crib with not a big budget, but everybody caught the story of like, child molestation on there and me growing up to be, from a dope boy, from being in the church, a good boy.
Right.
So he was a dope boy, but then we gonna fill you in on why he ended up that way.
Right.
His brother was like this and went to prison, but they all started in church. How the hell he ended up being like? So it has a good draw into it, and a lot of people have cried and learned and laughed from that movie. So,
wow,
you just
I
never
gotta see
know.
this movie.
Now I'm gonna send you the link. It's on YouTube, man. I think we like 1.3 million views, man. And
I gotta watch this. I want to do my review.
Yeah, like, man, I would love for you. I would love for you to do that because I know you're real honest. And
I'll give you a review. I'm quite sure it's going to be good because you're an artist, and artistry and entertainment, acting, all of that is like one and one. Like if you can do what you've been doing,
right.
You can act. It's just natural. It's just gonna come natural for us.
I think it's gonna be so dope when, just say whichever one of your babies take off. So if the music take off tomorrow, you get to fund everything else. You ain't gonna need no loans or no. You understand? There ain't gonna be no PPP shit going on. None of that. You could just take the money that and just slide this over here, slide it, because that's all I've ever done. Like I've Martha Stewart my whole life where I take money from here.
Oh no, I'm kind of salty about that PPP. I ain't getting no PPP. I ain't getting nothing. I'm mad.
I missed it. I missed all that shit. I was scared though.
It was so crazy because the people that I saw get this money, they don't even have a business.
Right.
And a lot of them don't even have a legitimate business. And I have two. And I'm like, what?
And you know what's frustrating though? Let me tell you something, especially with this skin right here, this skin that I'm wearing right here. My problem is when I watch us do things like this, and all you had to do was just get a food truck, get a little barbecue stand. You understand what I'm saying? Not take the money and say, well, damn, I'm finna go to strip club as soon as this. I'm gonna buy some jewelry. I'm gonna fuck off. Yeah, like dog, start the business so when they come and kick your door in, you can be like, why not? Hey, go to check. Hey, y'all gave me 100,000. Hey, go 200. But you already up 500,000. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? It was just smart, bro. If they gave you 50, go start a little car wash. Get you a little cheap ass van. Nigga, you could get one of them little the little throwaway vans. Do that shit out the back. Get the materials.
Like the people that don't have that business mindset seems like the ones that always get the breaks.
Right. And it does suck.
Yeah, it really does.
Back to the radio situation. I deal with a lot of artists. I got, as you know, I got the Respect My Grind movement. And the whole purpose of me even doing that with the engagement groups was for us to have one meeting place. And some people bucked it because they were like, man, I be getting all these messages. I'm like, nigga, just turn the notifications off at the top. But that part was to get you to Telegram, because Telegram is just one place, and I got DJs, radio stations, stuff like that. And so that way, if some of these artists need to be on a radio or DJs, you might need a mix DJ on a Friday, and then you can come in my group and say, yo, anybody mix that's in, Hollywood? And you're like, damn, now you got 3 DJs that's qualified, so you can use one this week. Is
that what the group about?
Yeah, that's what the Telegram is about. And I'm gonna send you the Telegram so that way you have a familiarity
Yeah.
Understand it better, because I should have explained it better. You understand?
Okay.
But I start kind of throwing people in there and then made it like a meet and greet.
Yeah, because I didn't know. I was in there too. I didn't know what it was myself.
Yeah. And I apologize. That's not what I do. But
well, you know me. You see, I sent you that message.
Yeah. So no love was lost. I was just gonna, order you some Starbucks and we were gonna meet and laugh about it. It wasn't no love lost, Queen. So I'm just telling you now, because I'm bringing that up because I wanted like a record pool meeting hub. Because I remember going to TJ's DJs and record pool meeting in Tallahassee and Upstart in Orlando and Hitmakers. Core DJs, all these different places I went, and I went digitally so we can all be in the same place. So if you
I get it. And now that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And that is a group that is definitely something I would be interested in being a part of. That one.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the Telegram link so you have that. I'm gonna send you the movie when we get up out of here too. But what the purpose of me bringing that up too was when it comes, how do you work? Because everybody's system is different. So if you have some artists that's at you right now, and I know you get a bunch of them, I need them to hear what are you doing in order to get artists on your radio station? Do you have a platform for that? Is there a segment or a show for that?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I have partnered with the movie studio. It is a major movie production studio here in Fort Lauderdale, and it's in the Galleria Mall. And this is where we are now. And I want you to come here, and I can give you a tour because I would like to start doing an artist showcase every week, right?
Okay.
And we can do it right here. And because I'm tied into with this movie studio, they have the green screen, they have the production. I mean, they make movies, so we can, come up with a way to give the artists a great incentive for them to want to come showcase their music. And at the same time, I'll put them on the radio, give them an interview, put their songs in rotation. Now, one thing I tell artists all the time, I don't just promote any type of artist. I screen. I have other people that screen music with me, and if it sucks, like if I'm not doing this within the first couple seconds of the song, I'm not even gonna listen to the rest of it because the song is supposed to grab you at the beginning.
With that right there, what you're saying, that interests me. If it's the most. It just blew your hair off. Like you ain't got no hair no more. That shit just knocked your hair loose, right? all 34 inches just gone off. You like this the one, this that banger. Now, what do you suggest them? Give them some type of pointers. Now, what is the next step? You calling them right now. Boom. This that one. You need to do what? Now you get your rendition.
They definitely need to network with DJs. Try to get involved with some type of DJ record pool. They need to make sure that they are being heard not only on mainstream, terrestrial radio stations, but every internet-based radio station, mine, yours, Excitement Radio. You got SNDS, you got, a boatload of them. They need to be hitting up all those stations, and they definitely need to be participating in almost every showcase event that they can be a part of. I don't care if it's paid, unpaid, because you never know who's in the audience. Definitely copyright your music. You need to be affiliated with some type of publishing company, whether it's ASCAP or BMI, and they have they have some more out there. And also I know there's the one company that tracks, where they get their royalties. That is DBS Sounds.
Right.
Yeah, BDS. I think it's BDS, right?
Right.
I think it's BDS.
Or they need to be on DistroKid and TuneCore to get their stuff already in the system, so that way, no matter where it comes up, it's gonna chart. It's gonna come back to them because at the end of the day, it's about the numbers, not just them having their song on your radio station because you felt it was hot. I felt it was hot. We could have had a whole judging committee, and it doesn't matter what me and you think at the end of the day anyway, because they still have to service the record too.
Exactly, but it's about business too. Like artists forget about the business side of it. You have artists before you that have made all those mistakes with not reading over contracts, not getting their hands in the business side. Everybody just want to be famous. Everybody just want to say that I'm an artist. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. I got the fancy cars. Oh, I'm taking pictures over here. But nobody is really concerned about the business. You want to know where how you're going to get paid. You want to know if you're going to get paid. You want to know if someone tells you that they're going to manage you. Okay, what's your percentage? And you want to have your hands in every negotiation that goes on when it comes to your music.
Man, that's dope, man. You doing a lot of giving a great sermon. And sometimes I say these things, but I think with my guests, sometimes I feel like I'm a broken record. So I be wanting different versions, and you're doing like beyond a hell of a job. And not just talking it, you actually walking it. Like, that's another reason I was like, damn, let me try to cram to make it happen while you got the radio station in the background and just not have you sounding like you're in the game, but you actually pulled away this time to make this happen. Yeah. I'm going to try to make this fast. I'm going to go to the left a little bit because this is a part of your business, right?
Okay.
The weight situation. This the top of the year. Everybody, oh yeah. Every year they do the same thing. Oh, I'm finna drop 150 pounds. I weigh 160 right now. I'm gonna smoke crack and do lift ups. I'm gonna do yoga and I'm gonna do sit-ups every day. Can you get them some keys, because you're better in that lane than I am? Try to give somebody some advice on what they should be doing when it comes to like weight loss, because you've been doing very honorably good in that department.
Well, and believe it or not, this is something I didn't even mention. I actually 3 years ago wrote a weight loss disciplinary book. I have an ebook that's out. You can purchase it. I also have an Instagram for it. It's called CSSC by Miss Ross. It's Curve Your Shape, Shape Your Curves. I actually wrote it for women over 40 because at the time I was 41. And a lot of women my age were asking me, how do I stay in shape? How do I look the way that I look? And I pretty much gave them my regimen. So it's just pretty much what I do. And I also give them healthy tips. I give them the 5 meal factor, and then everything that I've tried that works. And I literally follow my own weight loss disciplinary plan. CSSC, that's what I do. And it's with me. So I don't have to go back and read the book. I do it because I've disciplined myself to do it. But I can't tell them
what's the hardest part though, because a lot of people want to do it.
The hardest part is the start. The hardest part is the start, the disciplinary. So I tell people give themselves 7 days. If you can get past the 5th day, you're good. But a lot of people, they fail within the first 2 days of them saying that they're going to diet, they're going to stop eating sugar, starch, dairy, and that's another key factor for women, especially Black women. Sugar, starch, and dairy are the 3 things that Black women need to completely stay away from. It goes right here to your gut, and it goes right here to that back fat, that underarm. That's why you have that. And once you get rid of that, increase your water intake, not just regular water, that purified spring water, the alkaline water. And then at the same time, you want to detox at least once a month, because your intestines also holds bacteria and waste that also cause you to bloat, and it puts on pounds. So with eliminating the dairy, sugar, the starch, eating healthier, and eating before 6:30, at the same time increasing your water, alkaline water, and detox, you'll begin to drop weight like nothing.
When you say detox, and I'm gonna keep moving to the next question. When you say detox, because I've done that too. For those who haven't tried it, like how long should a detox last? Like a few days, a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, you can. I mean, a lot of people. Some people detox once every 3 days. Some people detox once a week, once a month. It really depends on the strength of the detox, how hard it is on your body. You know what I mean? You don't want to use a real strong detox that has a lot of strong antioxidants in it, where it's going to, put so much on your body, cause you to be dehydrated, and all of that. So it really depends on the type of detox. But there's magnesium. I don't know if you ever heard of that sulfate, that magnesium sulfate, I think. Yeah, that's good. It's nasty as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. But that will flush you out.
That shit can't be nastier than neem. I got neem
Oh,
for
I don't
Jamaican
know.
herbal stuff. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. I never had that, but that magnesium. Oh my God,
that junk. I know that's nasty, but neem
that
is
stuff
just
is worse.
horrible.
That stuff is worse than apple cider vinegar.
Oh man, I could do apple cider vinegar, all that other stuff. Like
Yeah, but which type of apple cider vinegar you doing? Because you know you got to get the organic.
I get the organic. What is it? The mother organic. What is
I know
it?
Bragg's is an organic brand. The yellow
Right.
and red one. That's
Right.
the most popular one.
Right.
That's organic, but those other ones, nah.
Right. I just for me throughout the pandemic, I just been trying to live better in a lot of different ways. Like, and I've picked up everything from fishing to gardening. Shit,
Oh,
I got
wow.
a soursop tree in my yard, a freaking, you know what I'm saying? I'm growing 2 different soursop trees, a mango tree, anything that's connected to alkalinity,
Yeah.
moringa. I do turmeric in my water every day. I'm
But
trying to get back.
You know that comes with growth too.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better.
We wasn't doing all that junk back in the day. Our moms were, and they were trying to tell us, eat this, take this. You like, I don't want that.
Nah,
you want
my diet was a diet soda.
Pickle pig feet, pickle eggs.
I ate everything and then got a diet soda. I was like, oh, nah, I'm good. But then, you know what I'm saying? Your metabolism and everything was so high, it would have just, I could have ate an elephant and I'd have been good by the night when I went to the club. But then once that started,
the metabolism slows down.
Right, that's very important. So now, I wanted to ask you this before I get you up out there. I got a couple more questions. Now, out of all the business people in the world, and you got a lot of business to be overseeing, but who is 3 people that if you connected with them and did some type of business, like, and they was involved, who is them 3 powerhouses? I don't know if it's Diddy or Bill Gates or like who is somebody that's on your to-do list?
Master P.
Okay.
Tyler Perry. Yeah, like Master P and Tyler Perry. I'm gonna try to throw a female in there but really most of my influences in business are men, and I know that's a little biased, but right. It used to be Oprah. It used to be Oprah, but I don't think I want to be like her so much anymore. I can't think of any women that I would want to partner with. Wow, because I never thought about the women.
I had to do it. I had to ask you that question.
Oh, that's so bad.
Nah,
I'm just gonna say Oprah because Oprah was the one that I did want to.
And I just watched her do this motivational speech earlier today before I worked out. Now I'm gonna hit you with the same question again in a different way because I've never did no guess. I always do it this way, but I added the business. Now you just walked in the studio because you are artists. There's 3 artists in there. Who is the 3 artists, whether they dead or alive? It don't matter who they are. You about to come out of that studio with either 3 songs or 1 banger with all 3 people. Who is the 3 people that's on your bucket list? Go ahead.
Tupac, Biggie. Chaos.
Man, you don't want hell no. I don't want to do no. You don't want to. Don't wait that. Don't waste that 3rd one. You better get a Leah or something.
Okay. I'm be serious. I'll be serious.
You better waste that shit on something that's worth it.
Who I think? He was Pop Smoke.
That's crazy, man. You know, I started liking him right before his demise, and I say, damn.
I didn't find out about him until after his demise.
I was liking him, and then he was supposed to be in Miami for something, and then he got killed. I say, damn, I just started liking him because let me tell you why. Because us is like old school heads. I heard the 50 Cent in him, I heard the DMX in him, and I heard the Method Man in him. And I say,
he was a beast. He was a beast.
He really embodied them. If they had a child together, and then I always was a DMX fan, and I got to be around DMX about 3 or 4 times. I had a show with him at Revolution up here in Broward, And I was like, dog, just to
Yeah,
be in the
DMX would have been one of my picks too.
yeah,
Twister. I'm a Twister fan too.
Twister's dope. Twister's
Yeah.
dope. So now, if there's anything that we haven't spoke on, I want you to use this time, whether it's shout outs or businesses that we didn't get a chance to speak on. We spoke about the ebook. I tried to stay on the weight loss. I tried to talk about the radio.
Yeah.
I tried to talk about, I try to let you touch everything, but I
Right.
might have left something out, beloved. Please think right quick because I want you to touch on it.
No, I think we covered everything, but I would like to say, I would love for a lot of us to take a closer look into my online company, because I franchised it and it was really franchised for us. It gives you a legitimate opportunity to make the money that you want to make. You simply license the company, so you don't have to worry about putting up thousands and thousands of dollars to try and franchise this online directory. You simply buy a license. The license is just $100. They give you 6 months to capitalize off of any amount of money that you would like to make. The biggest plan that I have is $300. So I always tell people, if you sell a $300 membership once a day, you've made back your $100. You've capitalized, and you get to pocket every dime that you make. So I created that platform for us. Unfortunately, 98% of the customers and entrepreneurs are white people. And it's, it's bittersweet because I really, really designed it for us. It's a platform for us to make money. So if you don't have anything to do, if you want to start your own business and you just don't know where to start, I have a place for you to start.
Man, I'd love to talk to you about that. When we do the tour and when you invite me over there and we set that time, because I got some ideas, but I'd rather be around you and walk through there to kind of, because I understand what you're trying to do, and respectfully, I just want to walk through so I can smell it, feel it, embody it, hear it. So when you have me come through, I'm just have like
I'm here every day. Even if I'm not here and you say, listen, Ross, I'm on my way. Listen, I'm 30 minutes away. Okay, I'll meet you there.
It's in Broward, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm in Broward too. The station is in Fort Lauderdale off of Sunrise, and I live in Pembroke Pines.
Holy shit, I'm on commercial.
Yeah, you're closer than me.
I could throw a rock and hit that backdrop right now. Literally, like you right now. Like I'm from Miami, but we just moved. I just moved the family up here like 3 years ago. So I'm fairly new to Broward, but as soon as you say a Sunrise, I'm like, damn, you right around. Like I can see you right now.
We're right here in the Galleria Mall.
Oh, that's crazy. So listen, before I get you up out of here, this is one thing I have every guest do, because economically this world has taken a shift. And some people are not taking it how others are taking it. There's a young lady out there that might be going through it. She might want to be the next you. While you trying to be the next Oprah, there's somebody that's trying to be the next Ross. So I need you to forget about me. I need you to look in that camera. I need you to talk to her, give her some advice. And hell, she might not even feel like it's easy to do, so she might don't want to even see tomorrow. She might not even want to make it through the night. I need you to give her some advice. Okay?
The advice that I would give this young lady is say what you mean and mean what you say. Make up your mind in regards to what it is you want to do, and do it. You're going to be faced with a lot of stumbling blocks. I mean, when you put your mind to doing something, when you want to change the dynamics of your environment, and the enemy knows that that's what you want to do, trust and believe everything is going to start coming up. Everything is going to start happening. It's going to seem like something is against you, but it's not that. It is just a test. It's just honestly God wanted to see how bad that you want whatever it is you're asking him for. Because see, God is not going to bless you idly. He's not going to just give you something and just throw it out there and then you don't utilize it. Not only that, you got to have your mind, you got to have your heart right, because when God appoints you to do something, you have to do it for his glory. Everything has to surround itself and giving back to the glorification of God. So you have to make sure that your heart and your will is in the right place. So you cannot abuse what God is going to give you. Whatever gift he gives you, you can't abuse it. It has to be for his people, and you have to have a genuine heart to do that. But I also would say, just don't give up. Do what you have to do that is necessary, but at the same time, make sure that you are aligning yourself up with God, and make sure that you're on the up and up. Don't go out there, prostitute, and do things that you feel like it's easy for you to do, because it's easy for us as women to sell ourselves. It's easy for us to get a man to do this and do that for us. You want to utilize the gift that is inside of you, and with that, it's going to come with a lot of challenges. But with God for you, keeping him first, always praying, you'll make it through.
Man, you did a lot right there. Your information is on here. I thank you so much for that. I
thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
Yeah, I thank you so much for even late wasn't late, especially when it's under like the covering of God, like it's on his time. And so whoever those words are supposed to touch, they're gonna touch. Whoever needs to be delivered from whatever bind that they got, it's gonna happen just because the timing was perfect. It was his time, not ours.
Right.
I set a time, you had a different time. Our times ain't class, but guess what? Because we believe in what we believe in, and because we have faith and take these platforms and utilize them for the right reason, it's gonna fall where it needs to fall. So I'm telling you on some no joking, no bullshit, and like, thank you for that. From somebody who's a life coach, aside from the music, aside from all that shit, and I deal with these young black men, and I deal with inmates, man. I appreciate anytime somebody like you could be a vehicle for something greater, and and just keep doing God's will, man. So bless you and everything that you do.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. You are also invited to the grand opening, and I want you to also come to the premiere of the reality show. It's going to be here at the studio. It's going to be invite only. It's going to be like black tie affair, red carpet. It's going to be very nice. So I want you to come. You can bring your guests. I give you the option to bring about 3-4 people. But we're going to do a premiere. We're going to watch it here on the movie screen right there.
Okay, that's dope, man. I'm excited for you, man. Whatever you made last month, whatever you made last year, I just pray to God quadruple it. You know what I'm saying? So it just,
I receive it.
Definitely.
I'm touching and agreeing with your son. He's speaking that good.
Definitely. Hey, man, I'm gonna get you out of here, man. Again, thank you
so much.
Y'all definitely follow her, man. She is out of here. I'm about to be out of here. I had a ball. I learned a lot. That's a powerful guest that I've had, Miss Ross. Her information is at the bottom on his YouTube. Definitely tap in with her, especially when it comes to the financial advising and consultation, because she's a good teacher in that department. I've heard great things about her, and I'm gonna take her up on it. Shit, I need to actually get freshened up on some things and learn some things from her, because we could all be better in different departments, man. Shout out to everybody that was tuned in from Tennessee, Dallas, Chicago, my other guests that's from across the world, my Nigerian followers, man, they go hard for me, man. This week I didn't do too much movie wise. Cooties, that movie Cooties, I watched that shit on IMDb or something like that on social media. I mean, on one of them little free apps that's on your smart TV. And don't watch that movie. I don't be hating on movies much. The only reason I liked it because they had a lot of comedy in it and a lot of comedians that I enjoyed, but that movie was crazy as hell, man. I could do without that. I just thought it was very funny. Listen, I'm about to hit this studio. I'm about to get some work done. I'm about to keep grinding. Hey, man, God bless y'all. Keep God first, man. I'm out of here. Respect my grind. TV artists, if you're trying to get on my show, you know what to do. Inbox me. Let's make it happen. I'm out of here.